I get for running my stinking yam. I've got to do a second video for the 9th inning. I swear I'm going to learn to shut up. And now I can keep running my yap, so I'm not worried about it. Top of the 9th. Astros trying to hold on to a 1-run lead, facing new reliever Don Robinson out of the bullpen for the Pirates. That is 1-5. Hard ground ball to Phil Garner. Phil Garner, he tracks over, he scoops it up, he gets it over to Willie Stargell and gets Reynolds by a couple of steps at first base. That's out number 1. Stargell pops it back into Robinson. That was a really good play by Garner. I mean, he's been playing very well in this series. It was really... everybody's playing well in the series. They really are. Alan Ashby, catcher, facing Don Robinson. There's the pitch from Robinson. 1-8 off Ashby's card. Smacks one hard at Madlock. Looks like it almost took a bad hop, but Madlock reacted to it. Gets it over to Stargell. Out number 2. Necro, top of the 9th, is coming out to bat. No. He gets called back in. Looks like the Astros are making a change. Looks like Denny Walling is coming in to pinch hit for Joe Necro. And looks like we do have 2 down, top of the 9th. The Astros would like to put an extra one in there. And why run the risk of Necro slipping up in the bottom of the 9th? So Walling comes up to face Don Robinson. Here's the wind up and the pitch. And the red did not go in with the others. Re-rolling. That's not a balk. 5-5. And Robinson gives up a single to Denny Walling. So the right fielder, pinch hitting, he is on first base, brings up Jeffrey Leonard. And they're not worried. Nope, they are going to call in from the bullpen. And Chuck Tanner calls for his crafty right-handed Submariner pitcher, Kent Tekulve. Trying to clamp down anything the Astros might have for the Pirates in the top of the 9th. Here comes the pitch from Tekulve, Jeff Leonard. 6-10, and it's a long fly ball. Don Robinson tracking in towards second base. He gets underneath it. Foley coming out. He calls Foley off. Makes the play. Nice and clean. Out number 3. So Kent Tekulve comes in, does his job, retires the batter. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and we see if the Pirates have anything left in them. It looks like the Astros call on Joe Sambito to come out of the bullpen. Sambito, he's done decently. Let's see if we can find some stats on him from earlier games, because I know he did play against Cincinnati. Digging through my sheets here. Did he? Did he not? I know daggone well he did. Very interesting. I never wrote down the pitchers. He pitched in the 3rd game, and I'm not of that series, and I'm not sure which one he did. No, there was a complete game. I didn't write down the Houston pitchers for Game 3 of the divisional series, so I don't know how Sambito did, but he's got a 1.78 ERA. He could be counted on. 91 innings worth of work. He could be counted on, and that's what they're doing now. They're counting on him. Madlock trots out from the warm-up circle and takes a couple of swings. Ashby throws the ball back out to Sambito. He settles in for the signal. Here it comes. Here's the pitch. 1-9, and Madlock gets all of this right at Reynolds. One hopper at his feet. The reflex is over to Cedeno for out number 1. Craig Reynolds all over that one. Fantastic defensive play. I mean, Madlock ripped that one at him. If it had been 5 feet higher, he'd been going to the hospital because he didn't have his head attached to his neck anymore. Heck of a rip, and Reynolds handled it. Here comes Dave Parker, the lefty right fielder, trotting out from the third base dugout, walks around behind Ashby and the home plate umpire, and he takes up his station on the right side of the plate. A couple of swings. Sambito gets a signal he likes from Ashby. Here's the pitch. 5-4 off Sambito's card. 5 catches the home run split. Dave Parker takes this one. And it's headed towards Leonard, right field, deep fly ball. It's back, home run. Dave Parker, home run number 2, ties it up. Rounding third base, coming in home. His teammates come out to congratulate him. Pops his first right there, number 8. Arm around his back, a little bit of chat. He heads into the dugout, and the Astros have just had themselves tied up upon the Pirates. They're not letting this one go. The Astros are not getting a gimme to the World Series here. I mean, the Pirates still have something to say. One down, Willie Stargell to the plate. SOMBB is going to stay in. He's going to stay in the game on the mound, pitching for Houston. Gets the signal from Ashby. SOMBB looks over to first base, looking for some reassurance from Cesar Cedeno. Comes back over. Here's the wind-up and the pitch to Stargell. 2-8. Willie Stargell connects a long fly ball to center field. Terry Poole is back. It's over straightaway center field. Back-to-back home runs, bottom of the 9th inning. The Pittsburgh Pirates, they're not going home yet. The Buccos, back-to-back homers, down 1, bottom of the 9th. And they end up taking this ball game by a score of 4-3. Rocking SOMBB off the mound. Looked like he was going to do different. He held Madlock without a hit, but Parker and Stargell just connected. You could hear the bats all the way to Liberty Park. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, wow. The crowd is going wild. That means there's going to be one more game. One more game here in Three Rivers Stadium. And Chuck Tanner's Pittsburgh Pirates. They stopped the Houston Astros from sweeping their way into the World Series. They win Game 2 by a score of 4-3. I'm going to go over some quick lines here. For the Astros, some pretty good lines. Well, no one was hits the whole way through. But you had Jose Cruz with 1 for 2 with a triple, a sacrifice bunt, and he was walked intentionally and scored a run. You've got Jeffrey Leonard, 2 for 5 with a sacrifice bunt and caught stealing. Andy Ashby is 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Terry Poole 1 for 4 with a 2 RBI single in the 8th inning, part of that scoring explosion. And Joe Niekro, he's got SOMBB right there. So Joe Niekro with 8 innings of work. Joe Niekro with 8 innings of work. Had to make that notation. He gives up 1, 2, 3 base hits. Wow. All 4 of the Pirates' runs were scored on solo home runs. All 4 Pirates' runs are scored on solo home runs. Parker, leadoff solo home run, bottom of the 4th. Tim Foley, 1 out solo Tate, bottom of the 8th. Dave Parker, 1 out solo Clout, bottom of the 9th. And Willie Stargell, 1 out subsequent solo home run, bottom of the 9th. 4 solo home runs. That tells me Joe Niekro did a fan-daggone-tastic job, because if he'd been giving up base hits, it would have been a 2-runner, a 3-runner, and it would have been another 9-2 baseball game. Joe Niekro played a great game. He only gave up 3 runs, including the 2 homers, but only 3 hits and only 2 runs. He struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He struck out 5 and walked nobody. So he threw 3-hit, 2-run, 8-inning baseball. Joe Niekro had a really good game against the Pirates. I love my Pirates. They won. It's a shame Joe Niekro had to lose a performance like that. Oh, man. For the Pirates, like I said, not a whole lot of hits. Your big line is Dave Parker. 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. And really, that's all they had was 5 hits for the game. 6 hits for the game. I'm sorry. So Niekro did give up a 4th hit. I looked at Madlock's first inning single, but I wasn't catching Marino's 3rd inning single. So yeah, each of those guys had a single hit. Stargell 1 for 4. Homer Ribby run, struck out once. Tim Foley 1 for 3. Homer Ribby run. Candelaria, before the 8th inning, had a really good game. He pitched a very solid 7 innings starting up. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, no runs, through 7 innings of 5-hit shutout baseball. He struck out 1, but walked nobody. He was masterful. He was craftful. He was doing very well in that game until in the first 2 outs worth of the 8th inning, he gave up the 3 runs, and they decided to pull him. And then Grant Jackson came in, clamped down the 8th. Don Robinson came in, 2 ground balls in a row, and then a single to Walling, and then Kent Colby came in and got Leonard to fly out to left to end the 9th inning. So, I mean, the relievers really came through pretty good for the Pirates. They did their job. A really good baseball game, guys. It's second video. Really wanted to be able to cover some extra ground. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm probably not going to get to the American League Championship game tonight, but I will be getting it, definitely before the weekend's through. Got plenty of time to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Pirates force Game 3. 4 solo home runs. Pirates come out victorious over the Houston Astros by a score of 4-3. Keep on rolling.